Welcome. So this will be Midnight Hunt Draft number 15 for me. Let's just get straight into it. We've got 24 hours left. We're going to try and get 2 more in. So, no, 1 more after this. So, Primal Adversary, pretty cool. Green creature. If you have spare land, you can... if you have extra mana, you can turn your lands into 3/3 wolf creatures with haste. That seems very, very good, so we're going to pick that. Let's look at our uncommons here. Cathar's cool. I always think, oh, this looks quite good, getting a 1/1 creature every turn, but it's risky because then your creature gets blown up and you lose a 2-for-1. So maybe not. Odric's Outrider is just solid 4-drop. Gives you a good death trigger. Mysterious Tome is quite good. So alternates between drawing a card and tapping a permanent. I think this is very good. Right, we've got the big flyer. White, the Bladebrand. We have Eaten Alive. So this is fantastic. Exiling is very powerful in this set. Maybe one of the best commons. Let's see. Big creature. Mana Fixer. Removal spell. And Shadow Beast Sighting, which makes creatures. So I'm leaning towards Eaten Alive here. But Mysterious Tome, I don't know how good Mysterious Tome is. It seems very good. Odric Outrider's pretty decent. I don't think any of them are as good as Eaten Alive. And there's a whole strategy that supports Eaten Alive as well. So we'll go with that. I'm just going to try and pick the best card. And we are picking cards for our collection. And yeah, that means we are picking the worst card, one of the worst rare in the set, I think. We'll just have a little diversion and look at the collection. So a good one to do is just click on four ofs there. We just look at all the 4 ofs we've got. Okay. So yes, I think Curse of Shaken Faith is a 3-of. The good news is we're going to pick this. We're never going to have to pick this card again. So that's the good news. Is it going to let me get back to my draft? Yes. Yeah. We could look at the other cards. Like Dreadhound is good for kind of a green-black self-mill deck. But I'm not too distraught about what I'm leaving out here. We'll take the Curse. Yeah, and we just discreetly sideboard that. Okie doke, what have we got? We've got 1 uncommon. It's the Dawnheart Wardens. So that would be going green-white. Adding a 3rd colour. Would this justify going into a 3rd colour? I don't think so. I think it's just an okay card. I like Candle Trap. That's quite a good card. But we've got an Olivia's Midnight Ambush, so that's decent removal. It's good. This is good for taking out werewolves because they like to switch it to night and become huge. Silver Bolt's also good at taking out werewolves. This very specifically, but this is cheaper and maybe more flexible. We could take out non-werewolves if we can just switch it to night. Green has got kind of an early beater and a mana fixer, but we'll take the ambush. That's already a pretty good set of black removal cards, right? Beloved Beggar's pretty good. Nice big wall. Vivisection, quite a big chunk of card draw. The Vampire Socialite. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Primal Adversary is fine as a card, but is this good enough? If this is better than Primal Adversary? It's a 2/2 menace for 2, and I think that's quite good. When it enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on each other vampire you control. Well, that seems good if you have a lot of vampires. That seems like a really, really good vampire at uncommon. We can get another removal spell. Although I found flyers tend to be a problem. And the big creature, no way out. Another vampire here. If we add 8 onto this, we'll get pick 13 from this deck, because there's potential here. One of these two vampires could wheel around. That would really help our deck. And there's the green 2-drop. So let's take Vampire Socialite. That is the best card here, I think. It's early enough we could definitely go into vampires. Hobbling Zombie, yeah. So that's a big top-end vampire. And that's the cheap vampire. I'm confident we might see Mounted Dreadknight again. I think we want early drops first. Especially with Vampire Socialite, we want a 1-drop vampire. So this can swing in and do damage, and then this can come into play and pump things up. Yeah, that seems very powerful. If we want to go green, we've got a big creature here. We've got Tireless Hauler. But yeah, I think it's Voldaren Stinger. Usually ignore this card, but this is where it's very, very good to pick. Okay, and I officially am a vampire deck. I've just decided. So we will sideboard our Primal Adversary. Kind of curious if this could possibly work. It's if they double spell or copy a spell. If they want to cast multiple things. Not sure. I still don't think that's good. We've got the Arrogant Outlaw. And we've got the Famished Foragers. So he does a 2-point drain life. This gives you mana back when it comes into play, which seems quite good. But I think 3 drops are more important than 4 drops. There's a slight sort of priority there. Oh, hungry for more. Good way of just getting damage through to get your triggers going. I think we just played against a black-red deck and it had 3 Neonates rush, and it just crushed me completely because it killed 2 Ecstatic Awakeners and then it finished off a 2/3 that did some blocking. So this was absolutely brutal. But that said, I think I can't ignore hungry for more. It seems good. It's basically direct damage. It's not sort of improving your board situation that much, but I think it's worth it for an aggressive vampire deck. Just trying to... We're going to just try and reduce their life total. Now, Festival Crasher is a 2-drop. There's obviously no vampires here. Tavern Ruffian is a 4-drop that becomes quite a big creature. I feel like it shouldn't be too hard to fill out the 4-drop slot. And we might have a few spells going, so I think Festival Crash is good. Abandon the Post might be good in an aggressive vampires deck here. I think Rotten Reunion, we're not really doing the zombie thing. Bladebrand could be pretty good. Especially with Voldaren Stinger. With, yeah, the old Death Touch first strike seems good. I feel we'll see more Abandon the Posts. Let's take the Bladebrand. Oh yeah, Speak of the Devil, so there's more Abandon the Post. Pax Betrayal probably isn't bad here, but for an aggressive deck. But I think let's go Abandon the Post. And it's another spell. Pumps up our Festival Crasher. Right, Silver Bolt would kill werewolves, but Stolen Vitality, this is kind of the deck. This is the kind of deck that uses Stolen Vitality, just pushing through more damage. Yeah, it goes well with Festival Crasher. Silver Bolt is 4 mana, it's kind of slow. I think Stolen Vitality is the pick here. And No Way Out, probably pretty good, pretty aggressive 3-drop. Okay, we have Curse of Surveillance. We are picking for the collection, so we're taking this one. We have another Vampire Socialite. That's fantastic. I can't imagine there's anything that would be as good as another Vampire Socialite. No, let's take that. Lunar Frenzy, you say? First strike and trample. That's a pretty good finisher. But okay, Famished Foragers, Moonrager Slash is just good. It's just 3 damage, isn't it? So Lunar Frenzy is pretty amazing, but Moonrager Slash seems a bit more reliable and solid. Thermo Alchemist, you say? For the spells deck, pinging damage and what have you. Another Arrogant Outlaw is pretty good. Bat Whisper is pretty good for the 4 slot. Olivia's Midnight Ambush is pretty good. Just more removal. Even more removal. We'll get pick 12 out of this pack as well, so with any luck we'll get a relevant vampire. I think you take the removal when you can get it. Let's go for the Olivias. We have another Hungry for More. Brimstone Vandal, Stolen Vitality. Yeah, another Hungry for More. Let's just see if this works. It seems very aggressive indeed. Duress. Famished Foragers, I think. Let's get our 4-drop. Okay, Digraph Horde's quite good. Occultist is quite good. But Mounted Dreadknight is a vampire. I think, as much as I like the Occultist, especially with Eaten Alive, it's quite funny. We can use Hungry for More and sacrifice the token to Eaten Alive. That seems kind of appropriate. I think, yeah, maybe we've got fodder for Eaten Alive. Let's take a big creature, a big vampire. We might not see another one, so... Oh, Hungry for More number 3. Really? Yeah, it's tempting, but there's Burn the Accursed. That's a good removal spell. There's Neonate's Rush, which might be good. Let's go for the third one. It's just funny to have 3 of them, I think. Right, Flame Channel's quite good. Still Vitality quite good. Shady Traveller. I think we get the second Voldaren Stinger. Right, Duress, Abandon the Post. Brimstone Vandal. How many creatures have we got? That's the question. 8 creatures. There's room for a 3-drop creature. I like it. It's got Menace. It can switch it from day to night. We've got an Abandon the Post already. I don't want to have a whole deck full of these, so I think, yeah, take the creature here. Famished Foragers. It's good. It's Vampire. That's nice. That's a nice late Arrogant Outlaw. I think, did I predict that from pack 4? From pick 4? Yeah, I think so. That's nice. Okay, which one? Take that one. Take that one. Right, it's good. We've got 22 cards. This looks like a deck. We only need 1 more card. We're going to take a rare draft, the old Stick Fingers. This is really good for my self-mill deck. Covert Cut Purse. Now, I think there's going to be some interesting interactions going on when we're going to be quite aggressive. There's going to be a bit of blocking going on my opponent's side with any luck. This might be just what we need in the 3 slot. I think that this could be fantastic. But there is also another Festival Crasher, and we do have a few spells to pump this up. I want to try the Covert Cut Purse. Maybe this is where this guy's good. Right, Spell Rune Painter turns into a werewolf. Gets pumped by spells. It's pretty cool. But I see Vampire Socialite number 3. I think we can't really see past that. There is another Olivia's Midnight Ambush. Maybe it's enough removal, if such a thing exists. Vampire Interloper is good as well. No, let's really pump. Let's go for these Socialites, because I think every creature practically is a vampire. Got Dreadhound, Crawl from Soul, another Eaten Alive. I don't think we can see past that. I mean, Moonrager Slash is good, but Exile is so good in this set. I think we can have a second Eaten Alive. Oh, look who it is. Curse of Shaken Faith. Now we're just going to double check. I think we know that we've got 4 copies of this now. I'm curious to see if it actually turns up and shows it as being a part of the collection. Yeah, we're going to go for 4. Not collected as well. Midnight Hunt. Boom. Is it in the collection? It does not show it as being in the collection, and I think that's just because we haven't completed the draft yet. But it is going to show up, and so at the moment it says 3 copies, Curse of Shaken Faith. So we're definitely not picking it, don't worry. I wonder why it's not taking me back to my draft. Rejoin the draft, please. So we can ignore this one. I think it'd be worth 20 gems if you got the 5th copy. Right, so Bladebrand's quite good. Neonate's Rush is quite good. I think we'll see if we can get Neonate's Rush to work as well for us as it did for that other player. Vampire Socialite number 4. This is getting ridiculous. This is such a good pack. Look at this. We're at pick 6. We've got Vampire Socialite, Bass Whisperer, Olivia's Midnight Ambush, Moonrager Slash, Burn the Accursed. And I guess we'll get the last card from this pack as well later. I'm gonna favour the aggro approach. The 2/2 menace just seems good. We've got definitely an aggro approach going on here. We're quite low to the ground. I don't know if will we get to the Dreadknights. I don't know if I like Stone Vitality that much to have more than one of them. I'll take the Dreadknight, so it's another option. We can kind of go for big vampires if we want. Bladebrand for Death Touch, I think, yeah, really good with. I think this is even better than Stolen Vitality with Voldaren Stinger, and it draws me a card, so I'm going to take that. It's not a vampire. Yeah, we'll get the Band on the Post. I don't think we'll play 2 of them. Festival Crasher, yes. We might play that. Elementalist. Yeah, we probably won't play that. Burn the Accursed. Oh, that's, yeah, that might be good. Not the Bladebrand, don't mind if I do. Oh, Bat Whisperer. So you see, this is the, yeah, pick 14, pack 3. I think I did spot a few really good cards in this pack, so that's a nice one. Late vampire to get. And we've got the good kind of problem. I think we've got a lot of cards to cut. Right. Can we go just low to the ground aggro? Like that. Then we drop U2. We'll drop Burn the Accursed. Drop the 4 drops. Still got to cut 4 cards. Neonate's Rush should cost 2. The Vandal might be a bit too expensive. Drop a Band on the Post. I think Festival Crasher is very, very aggressive. I think we can drop at least 1 Bladebrand. Maybe we drop the Covert Cart Burst. I think it's a nice idea, but it's not a vampire. think I kind of want to cut the Festival Crashers, but this is kind of the Festival Crasher deck a little bit because of all the Hungry for Mores. Tempted to put in another Bladebrand. What would I cut for it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe 2 Bladebrands is a good number. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to have a think about that, of course. I'll call this end of part 1. Thanks for watching so far. And welcome back. So I've just tuned up the deck a little bit. We have 1 Bladebrand I've kept, 1 Abandon the Post, and I've kept Neonate's Rush, and I think these are kind of the 3 cards I'm wondering about. I like the rest of them. I want to play 3 Hungry for More. I like this card, and I think it's quite good with Eaten Alive. It gives something you can sacrifice. I think I was thinking Festival Crasher goes really well with Abandon the Post in particular, whereas Bladebrand synergizes with Voldaren Stinger really well. And I think, yeah, Stolen Vitality is just good with both of them, so that's definitely a good one. Neonate's Rush, we're playing a Vampire deck, so it's only costing 2 most of the time, and it does that all-important 1 damage to the controller, which will fuel various mechanics that are going on. The Vampire Socialite and Arrogant Outlaw mechanics. So I think that's quite important. And I wanted to play the Bladebrand, at least 1 Bladebrand, because it's a cantrip. I think it's not a bad cantrip. Neonate's Rush is a cantrip. So because I've gone down to 16 lands, I think it's quite nice to have at least a couple of cantrips to kind of draw yourself into some lands if you get a bit stuck. That's my reasoning. I think there's some really great cards here. I've just cut Covert Cutpurse. I guess because maybe we're not getting to 5 mana in many games to use the disturb part. It's kind of a conditional removal thing. You can see this being really good sometimes, but I thought on balance I cut this for the Bladebrand, so I think Bladebrand's a bit better. I feel like this deck is aggressive enough. We could play 2 Abandon the Posts. So if the second one could come in for Bladebrand, I'm thinking. It's slightly more aggressive. It's not a cantrip, but it kind of helps us push through and do that last bit of damage that we need. So that is a potential change I could make. But we'll try this configuration to begin with. And of course, we've got a pretty good vampire mid-range deck here as well, if we want. We can bring in 2 Dreadknights, the 2 Foragers, the Bat Whisperer, and probably cut the early stuff. Maybe cut Festival Crashers and some spells. to bring these in and go back up to 17 land. It's another option, but I guess we've played a lot of mid-rangey kind of stuff. Let's see if we can actually play. I think this is a good opportunity to play aggro. I feel like this is a good aggro deck. This is the best aggro deck I've put together in this. Well, from my Midnight Hunt drafts. I don't think I've edited any other aggro decks at all, really. Well, maybe white, red, day-night aggro a little bit. But yeah, this seems like the strongest thing to do. So it's kind of, yeah, and it's, you know, variety's the spice of life. It's fun to play like aggro once in a while. So let's just go for it, see how we get on. Okay, well, we have double red, and then we've got nothing we can actually cast, and we're an aggro deck. So I say we have to mulligan this. Okay, this is better. This is considerably better. We could even drop a land, but I don't know. I don't know if we drop a land. We could go Festival Crasher, Hungry for More, and drop one of the Hungry for Mores. I'm thinking. Yeah, let's do that. It's kind of nice to get 3 land, so we can cast everything in the deck. It's just will be a problem if we start drawing more and more land. Alright, that has first strike. That's not a good start. It just counts as Hungry for More. I was thinking, yeah, the 1/1 first strike could be a problem for this deck, and it's literally the first card on the first turn that gets played. But it's a good card. I can't blame them for playing this card. I've got to remember it's got Ward 1. Really? You've got a combat trick. Alright. I'm going to do no blocks then. Sticker. Okay. Let's swing in. He's got a good deck. He's had a good start here. I mean, really, maybe the best 1-drop in, well, best uncommon 1-drop. This is sorcery speed, isn't it? Yeah, so this can sacrifice, you gain 1 life and scroll 1, and it pumps up. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll play another Festival Crasher. And end the turn. Okay. No blocks. Trouble is, if we try to eat alive the chaplain, I think it gets sacrificed in response with the Flesh Taker. So it does go to the graveyard, and then he gets it back as a flyer. Oh, nice. So he's got the little 1/1 creature. That's nice. Top decking a swamp is actually huge here. Because we Hungry for More, Eaten Alive, sacrifice the Hungry for More, pay the ward cost, and remove Chaplain of Arms whilst it's he's tapped out. Let's play Hungry for More first. And let's think about whether we want to use Eaten Alive now, because he can obviously trade off a token. We'll use Eaten Alive now. Yes, please. Don't time me out, please. I had to think. Stops 5 damage. We get through with 5. Pretty good. Got rid of the first striker and it's exiled. Okay, he's got another first striker. This is a very good rollout this guy's had here. But I'm doing all right as well. I'm holding my own here. See if he wants to block. He's got to think. Okay, so Stolen Vitality gives me Trample. That is... Oh, it also gives me a point of Toughness. So that works. That becomes a 4/4, I believe. And we'll Midnight Ambush the Flesh Taker as well, which is kind of insane, really. Down to 4. Still got 3 cards left. He's got 5 mana. Bladebrand to draw a card. That's good news. Okay, let's Hungry for More. Okay, that was a very challenging opponent, and my deck was absolutely amazing, got to say. And I had that critical decision: do I pre-combat sacrifice my token? Because like, if he just traded off with his 1/1 token, then I had a kind of a bad situation. I think if I draw, yeah, both of those Festival Crashes, that's good times. Followed by lots of removal spells. It's kind of ridiculous. This is not so good. Right, so we've got this time we've got the double black. We've got my opponent's going first. I do have a removal card I can play. I'm drawing the extra card. I think this is a dodgy keep. Let's do a dodgy keep. Oh, Lunite Veteran, that's better. Vampire Socialite, okay. he's got his mana fixing. Olivia's Midnight Ambush on a Neonate veteran that's just going to come back. It's, yeah, pretty terrible. I don't think we want to do that. We might have to do that next turn because, well, I say I have to. I have to discard something. Okay, search party captain. Take him out. And our deck gets to begin. Right. How about we start with a Vampire Socialite? On each other vampire you control. Why can't it get a counter? Okay, I guess it's Vampire Socialite. Let's do it. It's got Menace. It can get through for damage. So, see if it gets blown up, but our ideal turn is going to be swinging through with this. So he's got his defences set up. My feeling is we go Festival Crasher. And maybe we just go mana efficient, blow up the Sanctifier with the Midnight Ambush and swing for 2. Even though we're kind of missing out on Festival Crasher damage, this feels mana efficient. Right? So he's got to his 5th land. We've barely got started on his life total. He's still on 20, which is not great. Okay, abandon the post goes, and I guess eaten alive goes. Yeah, good card. And he's got the first strike. Okay. So 2 games, 2 Chaplain of Arms. Not really the card I want to see. I think we swing in. Suppose at least something huge didn't come out. Got through the damage, so Arrogant Outlaw comes out. 2-point drain. Then he gets to have these flyers. At least that one costs 4. That's 2-1 first strike. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a disaster, I think. But end the turn, never mind. got Abandon the Post. That can get net us 6 damage, I guess. He's going to out... oh, he's got more land, so he can do both of these. Nice, okay. Ward 1, Ward 1. Okay, sure. Abandon the Post is going to end up costing me, on both of these, will cost me 6. Okay. So, oh, it goes to night time, right. So far we've had 2 Olivia's Midnight Ambush. We've lost the Eaten Alive, because he drew his No Way Out. But there you go. Right, now he needs a big creature. Bat Whisperer. Okay, Covert Cutpurse. He's got loads of things. Right. Is there anything particularly scary? Okay, we'll swing in. He's got an absolute army. And we've managed to draw 6 lands just like him. Well, he's actually got 7 lands. He's got more lands than me. Okay. Stolen Vitality, I guess, on the Arrogant Outlaw. We'll do the trick. So we'll just upgrade this into a removal spell. He'll trade with a Bat Whisperer. They get a bit of damage through, but it still looks absolutely diabolical, and he gets to gain lots of life. So yeah, life gain is not quite the matchup I want. I mean, first turn, we won the previous one, but yeah, first turn Chapel Shieldgeist was horrendous. This was first turn Lunarch Veteran, which is pretty bad, followed by the Shieldgeist. Or Chaplain of Arms. Yeah. Not great. He comes back, of course. Everything's got Disturb. Great. So yeah, we have lost this race. Did he draw cards somewhere? Yeah, he dug something out of his... Yeah, he dug a land out, didn't he, with Moon Silver Key. He had Search Party Captain. That's quite crucial, isn't it? Okay. I think we might as well swing in for some damage. Looks like we're going to take 6 damage next turn. The first striker, I guess, is scarier. Oh, and we can do a full... Yeah, we've got 6 mana, so this should... Yeah, leaving 1 mana up should be fine, right? Take out Chapel Shieldgeist. God, and this is with 3 removal spells that I've actually cast, I guess. That is disturb value, I guess, for you. Blessed Defiance, okay, sure. The extra damage gets through, right, yeah. We did keep another iffy opening hand, but it had a removal spell I could cast. I think there's not as many opening hands I can keep. Now, after the first loss and like 2 terrible hands, do we just give up and put in an extra mountain? Yeah, it's 15 black, 16 red. I think I just hate mulliganing. I hate the mulligan decision. 17 land just makes it a tiny bit easier. If we go to 17 land, should we just give up and go for the mid-range vampire deck? It's another good question. Okay, oh, turn 1 Stinger. That's pretty cool. Then we've got a removal spell, we've got Outlaw, we've got No Way Out. Seems good. See if we run into white life gain again. Okay, black this time. Thermo Alchemist, okay. Right, I think we kill it. I think I'd rather than play the Socialite. That's my feeling. Swing in with a Stinger. And I think I want to do the Socialite now. Oh, yeah, that works. It actually pumps the Stinger. Yeah, I forgot there's a lot of text on this box. I was just thinking of setting up for the Outlaw. Okay, swing like this. I think we just get through and play the Outlaw. The Outlaw should get a token, right? Yeah. So just remember, he can give this first strike, so I can't block it. Right. He can't give this guy first strike. He could double block a Socialite. I think I want to keep the Socialite. so that this Socialite can get a token when it comes into play. But do we want to no way out him? So I think I can go like this. Right, that is just a trade-off. That's good. That gets through for damage. And I think it's no way out now. I think that's the best option. He's down to 3 cards. He's got to be losing something good. Bladebrand and Red Hound. Yeah. Hungry for more. It all gets good when I get to 4 land, I think. Okay, eaten alive with the zombie token. That's a solid move. Then the Socialite just gets through. Or we just swing in with the Stinger and see if he wants to trade off. Okay, fair enough. We just pump this up. It's a trade. It goes to nighttime though, of course. Yeah, that's quite a good move on his part. He's got a decent creature there. We'd love to have another swamp, so we can double spell. Okay, he's using his full cost Eaten Alive. Okay. Neonate's Rush is suddenly more expensive because we don't have any vampires. Okay, here's a ploy. Hungry for more could swing in. If he blocks, we can Neonate's Rush his dude. I don't think that doesn't seem great. We've got a lot of options. I think we just do a very simple Eaten Alive here. Okay. Yeah, it's got 1 toughness. We're very lucky. We can get some Neonate's Rush value. And we'll play Socialite. Oh boy, right. Yeah, we're kind of suffering here. But he doesn't have... This is Menace, so we can get through. and play a Socialite. That's pretty nice. Right, and the turn. Bladebrand, draw a card, yep. Might as well hit me. Hey, there's the extra swamp. We'll hungry for more. Yeah, good game. No 1/1 first strikers that game. That was nice. Well, it's a very red hand, but we've got red cards. That's a refreshing change. Let's keep 7. One drop and a 3-drop. I think that's okay. You never know, we might draw a swamp one day. That's bounced, okay. So he can scry. Yeah, he's definitely looking for a land. He's kept a 2-lander, I'm guessing. That's a good card. Oh, we got a swamp. Well, that's pretty nice for us. We won't play Hungry for More, though. I think we'll play the Stinger again. But, yeah, it's a 1/3 does slow me down quite a bit. See if he holds up mana for a counter spell, I guess. This is definitely the thing we want to eat alive, if possible. Okay, fair enough. Follow up. No follow up. Holding up mana for counterspell. Who can eat a counterspell? I don't mind if Brimstone Vandal gets countered. And the Socialite could have put a token on the Stinger there. Now I think of it. I think I was expecting the counterspell though. Bat Whisperer, okay. He did not get a bat. That is good news for us. The only problem, I can't play Ambush and Socialite. It's the old 1 swamp problem. which I've been having a lot of today. It's all very well wanting to double spell, but sometimes the game just doesn't let you. I think I'm going to swing in with both, keeping my mana open, and we will give this thing a first strike if we need to, and basically do nothing. Which means maybe dumping the castaway in the graveyard, which could be bad, but it's another land, but it's another mountain, which isn't the best. Or we... Do we care about nighttime that much? Well, we can Olivia's Midnight Ambush the spirit, if that's what he decides to do with it. So, this is what I'm going to do. Swing in with both. Okay, we get through for damage. That is cool. We'll play the Socialite, and that'll pump the Stinger. And we've got a Neonate's Rush available if we need it. And we might want to do that at the start of our, well, in our main phase next turn before combat, and then we can Hungry for More and get a 4-2, which would be pretty cool. That's getting a full-on Eaten Alive. That's fair. Okay. Seems good for 2 mana creature. He's going to swing back for 5, so that's quite a lot. We don't want a Neonate's Rush. Okay, my turn. Hey, look at that. Swamp. I think there's no reason to do Neonate's Rush, I think. At this point, we're going to do Hungry for More. Want to get in with damage. We are just going to ambush this guy. And we're going to swing in like that for a lot of damage. Okay, that has 1 toughness. That's getting Necrosynthesis. That's going to be huge. Okay. So we're going to make this guy 2-4, but that is okay. Because this seems like a good deal. Neonate's Rush on Scabrangler. And we could, yeah, I think just swing in with these 2. Arrogant Outlaw. 2 more damage. Play a mountain. Necrosynthesis on this one as well. Okay. I think that's good game. I think. good game. Hungry for more. Yeah, that's what the deck's supposed to do. Does that get me to platinum as well? That's a bonus, right. Okay, we have a Festival Crasher and spells. That seems good. And a Vampire Socialite. So another black-red deck. See if he's got... Okay, Death Touch. Think I want to just get rid of the Death Touch. Swing in for 3. Seems simple and good. Okay, he's going to get in some damage and play Arrogant Vampire, maybe? Brimstone Vandal. Okay. He's down to 4 cards. I like the look of No Way Out here. There goes the Morcrypt Behemoth and his Festival Crasher. Swing in. Okay, nice. And this lets him just get huge card advantage. Exile. He may play the exiled card this turn, so he's going to play a land. Cool. So obviously that's just kind of a huge problem. I think I can play... Oh no, what am I talking about? I have to do nothing to get to night time, and then I can Midnight Ambush the Sion. However you pronounce it. Because this is just, yeah, too much. Oh, and it's 3/3 first strike as well. So, no attacks. End turn. Yeah, I'll take a point of damage. That's going away. That's going away as well. It's done pretty well for getting hit with no way out. Yeah, he's got another big creature. Yeah, and I'm just not hitting many lands, and I'm just going to be down to 1 card a turn, it looks like. Okay, got an idea. We could bait him into not blocking this. Gets through. That's amazing. Right, because now play the Stinger, I think, and a Socialite. It pumps up the Stinger, which is pretty cool. Okay, this guy, yeah, you can pump this guy and give it first strike, so that's terrible news. We're gonna try and block here, and it's probably a terrible idea. He's probably still got instant removal because he's just drawing everything he needs. Okay. Flame Channeler. Shady Traveller. Wow, 2 more creatures. Amazing. Meanwhile, we hit a swamp, which is actually very, very good indeed. Vampire Socialite. So he could... We could double Hungry for More. We could attack and maybe trade off for a Flame Channeler. We could abandon the post. Hungry for More. Swing for 5 and gain 3 life. Options. Let's do that. I think this might be the wrong option, but it occurred to me, and I'm going to do it because I'm running out of time. I've got to think of something. Gets me 3 life points. And drawing another land gets quite interesting here. Cool. Actually, his first strike is swinging in. Okie dokie, right. Right, we've got to do 2 spells to turn it back to daytime. He could have instant removal. I'm thinking Hungry for More, Stolen Vitality. Looks good here. If he's got instant speed removal, I think I just lose. But that would be a very good turn of events for him. Oh, creatures you control can get +2 until end of turn. Okay. That's quite interesting. Yeah, that guy's got menace. Okay, I'm going to Stolen Vitality on there. See if he's got instant removal. He's got an instant. It actually got through. It got him down to 3 against 6 life. That's pretty solid. He loses a creature. It goes back to daytime as well, which is quite good. Okay, land. What was in his hand though? He's got 7 mana. 6 mana. So he's going to eat that alive. That's fair enough. Yep. Not hitting the extra land. It's kind of tricky. I obviously want to keep the outlaw for the potential direct damage. But if I play the outlaw, it's very simple. I'm threatening lethal with Abandon the Post. So I think the correct play is the outlaw. So he's got to find top deck removal for the outlaw, or he's dead. He's got to be careful about swinging in. Okay, it's a land. I think he's dead. Okay, mountain. Abandon the Post. Yep, it's definitely a good card. That has just won me the game, I think. Unless I'm missing something. Which would not be the first time. Right. Blade Scoundrel, yeah. Okay, that is 4 wins. That's starting to look like a good deck. Okay, we've got the Crasher, the Socialite. Start with the Crasher, maybe. This time we do have a lot of swamps available. Swing with the Crasher. Play the Socialite. Three swamps. Could he be missing a colour? Yeah. I could have done 2 spells there and got through with 5 damage, now I think about it. we could just do the... Oh yeah, if we do no spells, it does of course go to nighttime. He's hit his blue. Okay, so now we can of course counterspell something. Yeah, if he counterspells this, that's fine. Not super happy about it, but yeah. Okay, Falcon Abomination. Right. Cheeky little flyers. Okay. My turn. I wouldn't block if I were you. Right. Get through. Arrogant Outlaw does 2 more. Oh, and it gets to be a 4/3. That is pretty cool. I like that. Okay, Bat Whisperer. We'll save this for my turn, I guess. I can pop the bat. Now, if we remove his blockers, we're doing 9 damage. That's not bad. That's doing 1 damage. Okay, 1 down. Can you afford to attack with that abomination? No, I don't think so. Yeah, 3 blockers. So, abandon the post here. I reckon he's got a bounce spell. But, yeah, another abandon the post win. Does seem good. I don't want to put the second one in though. Then that's all you'll ever draw if you put 2 in. Okay, 5 wins. It's unheard of. Right, it's good mana. We've got a 2-drop, a 3-drop. We've got No Way Out. Got the Hungry for More. Seems good. Evolving Wilds. Good start. Island, yeah. Oh, Arrogant Outlaw. Very good. Perfect follow-up to Vampire Socialite. See if it gets to live. And it should do as well. That's good. He's got a good good blocker here. Well, that sounds bad. I have never... What is this? Okay, it's an uncommon. That's why I've not seen it. Right. Nice spell, I've got to say. Right. Okay, I'm just thinking here. We can get a 2/2 Voldaren Stinger. We could also do Brimstone Vandal. I think I like the Hungry for More. But if we get a second swamp, we can... No, okay, I think I like Hungry for More here. Swing like that for 5. Play Voldaren Stinger with a token. This has flashback for 3, so he can keep... I guess we wait with it eaten alive, and if you want, you might want to do that again. Interesting. We get a big creature, and then we can eat that creature alive. Okay, he's going to stay tapped. Fair enough. No blocks. Take 5. We could just Hungry for More and attack for 7. I think, actually, I like No Way Out here. Gives me a zombie token to sacrifice. Seems good. Wow, he had loads of land then. Okay. Consider. Okay. Now he's got 3 mana left. Some more removal. Okay, he's tapped down. Yeah, we've got no way of actually untapping that creature. I think we will Eaten Alive. Sacrifice the Socialite. Yeah, gone. That's kind of the perfect rollout I had there. Apart from getting stuck on 1 swamp again, but I really can't complain. That was perfect. Banishing Slash. That's one of my favourite cards from Kamigawa. Neon Dynasty. Right, 6 wins. I guess I don't want to curse my deck, but it's kind of doing what I hoped, which is just getting in underneath a little bit the mid-rangey decks that are doing a lot of kind of good card advantage things. but maybe not having a few early plays, but not enough. Okay, interesting. We've got the Stinger and the Crasher, and we've both eaten our lives. This isn't the best, but it's a good sort of 1-2 punch. 3 land is always pretty nice to have when everything in the deck costs 3 or less, so we'll want to top deck a few things. Maybe in a pinch we can sacrifice the Stinger to knock out something nasty. Okay, another land. Let's swing in. Pretty nice, okay. Good top deck, gain the Socialite, and that pumps up the Stinger. Good thing about drawing an extra land, gets us closer to just hard casting. Doing the full cast of Eaten Alive. No way I'm blocking that. Cathartic Pyre. Taking out the... No, discarding 2 cards and drawing that many cards. That's an interesting situation. Okay. He missed a land drop. That is unfortunate. We drew another land, so we'll just start hard casting the Eaten Lives next turn. Right, so he's desperately looking for an island. Yeah, right, got rid of his Malevolent Hermit. Cool, he's got his own Stinger. Okay, yeah, we'll just take away this the big blocker. Pumps the Festival Crasher and we'll swing in. That is rough, getting Cathartic Pyre and a 2-lander and going, right, if I'm not top decking a land, I'll just, yeah, discard 2 cards. And I'm sure we'll get there. And it's just absolutely brutal when it just doesn't. Okay, I was just thinking we have lethal, but... Oh wait, yeah, because this costs 2. This costs 2, because we've Voldaren Stinger, Eaten Alive for 1. Pump up the Voldaren Stinger. Yeah, that is rough. It looks like he discarded 2 cards and drew 2. Still didn't find an island. That is how Magic is sometimes. Okay, this might be my best Midnight Hunt draft deck I've made, because I don't think I've gone 7-1. I think I had a 7-2 with blue-white. I might even had a couple of 7-2s with blue-white. But yeah, if, you know, the stars align and things come together, you can definitely put together a pretty good black-red vampire aggro deck. Glad I chose to just have a 3 casting cost cut off. Think that was a good decision. Glad I went back to 17 mountains. As soon as you have 17 land. On 16 land, it's like, oh yeah, every hand is a two lander, and it's a horrible mulligan decision you have to make. So yeah, I didn't miss the Bladebrand. I much prefer having mountain number 9 than the Bladebrand, I think, on balance. And yeah, Neonate's Rush was pretty good this run as well. That's the other kind of card I'm not sure about, but yeah, that kind of proved itself here, I think. That was definitely good. No Way Out was fantastic as well. This is not a card I usually play, but yeah, definitely for an aggro deck. As a curve topper, this is pretty awesome. It sort of hinders them from getting that, you know, getting the land out and getting that big creature out to like just stop your attack in its tracks. We do have a few other ways of getting around big creatures. I thought, yeah, Abandon the Post was fantastic here. We could have played 2, but you don't want to draw too many of them. I think probably 1's just about right. I wasn't sure about Stolen Vitality, but the fact that it's good with Voldaren Stinger, it's good with Festival Crasher, makes it good, and it's good in an aggro deck, I think. And yeah, I used it at least once on a Hungry for More Vampire. Lots of extra life tokens. There was life points. There was quite a close game where I had a bit of a race, and the Hungry for More tokens really made all the difference, along with Abandon the Post, because they had that black-red deck had quite a good draw as well. I don't think I'll ever manage to draft 4 Vampire Socialites again. That's pretty insane for the deck. Like, what did I actually... Yeah, my first pick was Primal Adversary. And this deck doesn't have any rares in it, does it? What was the second pick? I think the second pick might have been Eaten Alive. And then third or fourth pick, I got my first Vampire Socialite, and I thought, well, that looks good. Didn't know I was going to get 3 more after that. Yeah, I've seen someone use Hungry for More, and it's like, the way they used it was, right, turn 2, hitting you for 3. I'm gaining 3. And then it was turn 3, I'm doing that again, hitting you for 3, gaining 3, because I had a slow start. So they had a nice 6-point life swing, but other than that, they had nothing on the board at the end of turn 3. So this, yeah, it doesn't feel good if this is the only thing you're doing on turn 2 and 3. I think if you can, get some other creatures out first, and this just pushes you over the top. Helps you get through more damage, helps you gain life, provides a token for Eaten Alive as well. So I think this was quite good, as long as you can like do that alongside having a good board presence. If you can set up a good board presence first, and then this is a good spell on top of that. Brimstone Vandal. I don't know if we pinged anybody with this, but I think it's a good concept. This guy can do that little point of damage the vampire deck needs at the start of the turn without spending any mana. and then it triggers your Vampire Socialite and your Arrogant Outlaw, and if you're playing Bat Whisperer, that as well. So I think it's a good idea playing that. I don't think we ever got Moonrager Slash, but we might have had one of them. Yeah, and Eaten Alive was fantastic. So we did find things to sacrifice. Sometimes the No Way Out zombie. I think maybe, yeah, once we had to play a Hungry for More and not attack with it and just sacrifice it, which was interesting because he had a 1/1 token he could block with. I think that was in game 1. And then, of course, in the last game, we just got to 5 mana and just hard cast it, as it were. Yeah, good deck. Would recommend it. I don't know if this is easy to replicate this result with like 3 Hungry for More, 4 Vampire Socialite. That seems, because that's an uncommon as well. I've literally got 7 uncommons that serve the theme of the deck. That's pretty insane, even if we didn't get any rares, but yeah. Anyway, I think that may be a video. Wait, I think I might have an idea for some bonus content at the end of the video. We're on 4,500 gold. Let's look at the mana curve there, actually. Look at that glorious mana curve, 4, 13, 6. Yeah, 11 creatures. Imagine that. 11 creatures, 5 instants, 7 sorceries in this deck. You're supposed to have 17 creatures, but somehow it still seemed to work. So click done there. I would like to play one more of these drafts, but I'm 500 gold short. We'll add this to decks. I've probably done that already. Claim the prize there. Beautiful. Our lovely 2 booster packs. That's nice. That gets us up to a healthy 5,000 gems. We are now going to do a bit of bonus content. We're going to open up and unlock the Mastery Pass for Dominaria United. Right. 3,400 gems. It's a big decision. I've got quite far. I've got to level 56. I think this goes on until something like November the 4th or so, maybe another 3 or 4 weeks. There are various apps and things you can install to tell you how many games you need to play each day to get the XP you need to get to sort of level 80. Hopefully we can get there, but we'll see. I'm really just trying to get my 4 wins each day. Yes, without further ado, unlock Mastery Pass. I'm just holding off a little bit. So at the bottom here you can see we get some cosmetic things. Get a bunch of packs here. We get 6 random mythic rares from Dominaria United. We get 1,200 gems, and of course we get 2,000 gold. That's the important thing. And we get a lovely draft token. I'm going to use that for... I've had a look at the schedule. There's a premiere draft of one of the historic sets that I haven't played. The one with all the hype about it, that ended up having, I think, 6 cards banned. You probably know the one I mean. All I can think of is Theros Beyond Death, but it's the one before that. And Bone Crusher Giant and all of that stuff. I've never drafted that set before, so I'm going to. The plan is to give that a try. Anyway, so let's actually click on the Spend Gems button. You see, I'm just trying to hold off as long as possible. There we go. Yes. Okay, let's do it.
Don't worry, my Phyrexian friends. I brought enough fire for everybody.
Would we like a goblin as default? I'm not sure. Yes, I think a change is as good as a rest. Let's reasonable. Okay, so all of these have just whizzed into my collection, I guess. It'd be nice if it was a little bit more upfront about what I just got, but I suppose okay, we've got 18 of these. Okay, I'm not gonna assign all of my mastery points. We'll have a quick look at the packs. Right, 85 of those. These will have gone up a little bit. Nice, 28 Midnight Hunt packs now. We have a draft token now. There's one important thing. We just got 6 mythic rares. So let's see how to find out which mythic rares we got. Okay, I've duplicated that, which is very normal. Onto the collection, Dominaria United and mythic rares. Okay, right. Yes, so rare number 1 we got, that was highlighted. We got Weatherlight completed. That's my first copy. We got 2 copies of Joda the Unifier, I think. No, sorry, we got the second copy of Joda the Unifier because I already had one from my first sealed deck. We got 2 copies of Rith Liberated Primeval. We didn't have any before, so that's quite cool. We'll see what this is. I know it's on one of the tier lists. It's got an S grade for draft. So for 5 mana, you get a 5/5 flying Ward 2. Oh, the dragons get Ward 2. That's really nice. I've just built an Alchemy Dragons deck called Dralchemy. So I recommend you looking that up if you're interested in dragons and alchemy. Now, at the beginning of your end step, if a creature or planeswalker an opponent controlled was dealt excess damage this turn, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Interesting. And that's in your end step. Excess damage. So you punish people for chump blocking. That's one thing. And it incentivizes using things like Dragon Breath. I think it's an instant removal card that can do a lot of damage. Those kind of things are incentivized to make tokens. Yeah, that seems really good. Now, there's definitely get confused here. But we're just going to look at the ones that do not have 4 copies. So let's see, we're on 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like we've got a second copy of Vesuvan Diplomancy, which of course I got this in sealed and I tried to use it and it was a complete disaster. I think you need to build a deck around this really. So maybe you can play it in draft, but definitely more of a constructed thing. Very unlikely to get it to work in sealed. We got a second Liliana of the Veil, so that's a very popular card in the meta at the moment. People seem to love this card. I think it's a reprint. I was on a break from Magic when this, I guess, used to be all the rage. So that, if we count those up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are my 6 random mythic card rewards. And then a new thing they're doing, there are a set of rares, I think there's 1 for each colour, and they are a reward for buying the Mastery Pass, and getting enough levels. So we've got Serra Redeemer, 2/4 flying for 5, but it heavily pumps things. It puts 2+1/+1s on every creature that has power 2 or less that enters the battlefield. So that could be good in a token stack. I think there's 1 angel that has 2 power as well that I can think of, the 2-drop angel. Giada, I think her name is. Giada, Font of Hope. We have the Cosmic Epiphany for 6. Draw cards equal to the number of instant sorcery cards in your graveyard. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Draws lots of cards, but it's very expensive. And it's sorcery speed. I can't see people playing this. People seem to like their card draw at instant speed. I think that's going to be the main issue, and 6 mana is quite a lot. Tyrannical Pitlord, big black creature, 6/6 flying trample for 6. And it pumps another creature. It doesn't say until end of turn as well. It gets +3/+3 in flying, and until the Pitlord leaves the battlefield, and then it gets sacrificed. So, yeah, this card's maybe what they call a bit of a trap. You could really you could lose a bit of card advantage with this, but if you're just playing tokens, you can turn a 1/1 into a 4/4 flyer, which is quite good. It's putting 9 extra power and toughness on the battlefield, and giving something else evasion. So, yeah, not bad. Ragefire Hellkite, 6 mana for a 5/3 flying. When it attacks, you can sacrifice a creature and give this double strike. So, in the dragon deck, in the alchemy dragon deck, there are little dragon whelp things for 2 mana that make your dragons cheaper. So those would definitely be fodder for something like this to give it double strike and just push it over the top. But yeah, 5/3 flying for 6, maybe that's not so good. It just dies to lightning strike, so maybe this is not particularly good or playable. And I think that will be all of them. When there's a colour missing here, isn't there? There's no green set of 4 cards. I think we will investigate that. Page 7. Okay, yeah, it's called the Briar Hydra. You need to get to level 65. We should manage that at least. 6/6 trample for 6, and it has a domain thing. Whenever it deals combat damage, you put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the number of basic land types you have. So if you can get through, yeah, it's a 6/6 trample. If you can get through with damage, then it's something on your team gets +5/+5, including itself. It could become an 11/11. The card this reminds me of is there's a flying vampire. Something Westgate Regent, and it gets a number of +1/+1 counters on it, equal to the amount of damage it does to the opponent. So it starts at 4/4, becomes 8/8, then 16/16, 32/32. So it's kind of ridiculous. But this has, yeah, that one costs 5. This costs 6. It's quite expensive, really. But this can at least put the tokens on another creature, so it's got a bit more utility. Yeah. Right. So I think that's enough bonus content. I don't think I'm going to just torture you by showing me pick all the mastery orbs. I'll do that in my own time. Right, that's been fun. So we've got enough gold for another draft. We'll do that in a bit. I think that's the video. Thanks for watching.